Hey y'all, welcome in. There's water. There we go. Starting real on time today. Alright, we have a couple polls for 2 days of models. We're working on 2 requests today. A mummy mage, it's really like from a bit of prose, he wants me to kind of wing it. And then also a cultist, which is inspired by a video game that they really like. So those are the 2 models for the day. And the reason why I'm doubling them up is because they're pretty simple. We're going to have a mummy, and then we're going to have a guy covered in a cloak with a mask. So I'm like, I think I can do both of those in the same day. Oh, great. Sweet. Alexander Doug the Miner. Good, good. Alrighty. Whew. Happy to see you guys in here. We got Satyr, Empress, Paint, and Reaper. I said Reaper, I think. Yeah, Reaper, my mods, and Ataka. Hello, hello, welcome in. It's gonna be a pretty short doors open here, because I kind of know what I want to do. I got a good plan going. And no more up sculpt today. I've been doing little bits of post-processing before the stream. I did not have that done today though, because life it and stuff. I go out there, check on my horse in the morning, and he's laying down, which is normal. They lay down to sleep every now and then. He stands up, no weight bearing on his right hind. And I'm like, maybe his leg's just asleep. So I watch him hang out. It's been about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Not weight bearing at all. I'm like, ah, Jesus Christ. So, of course, it's 91 outside. It rained last night. Really good. Heavy rain, actually. So, God, what is our humidity? 78% with a dew point of 74. It is horrific outside. If you look at the road, it looks like there's fog, because I guess it is fog, because the air is so wet that it's just like misting on the road. And yeah, no, it was raining and lightning pretty much all night. And again, so I wasn't sure if if my horse had hurt himself by getting spooked by the thunder, and maybe he like tried to run and then kind of like slipped and like pulled a ligament or a tendon or something. So it's the game of, okay, I'm gonna move around this 1,000-pound animal and see what's hurting him. He's actually a pretty good sport about it. This isn't our first rodeo of him getting hurt or something, but when you walk out there and your horse is limping, it sucks. It sucks, and it's muddy. So when he tries to kind of hobble around, he's sliding. I felt terrible for him. Anyway, after getting in there and looking at his foot, I'm pretty sure it's an abscess. And wish he just had one of those, but it's a different foot. But it sucked. It sucked really hard, guys. It's very stressful because you look at it and it's like, all right, this looks like an emergency. This looks like a vet situation. But when they go from walking to 100% lame, limping within a few hours, that's usually an abscess appearing, unless they've like cut their leg off. So got it all packed up. You do get Epsom salt poultice pretty much, but there's something about when you're outside and it's hot and you're doing anything, when you're bent over and like trying to like deal with something, whether it's pulling weeds or wrapping a horse hoof. Dude, I was dripping sweat. That's why I'm not as done up today. I mean, I don't wear that much makeup, but especially today, because I literally got all pretty, sipped on my coffee, walked outside, sweat all of it off. So that's why my hair is up, because I'm glad that y'all can't smell me, because I just smell like funk and horse. But yeah, I share all of that just because it's a kindness reminder. Like I still stream, I still go to work, you know. If I cancel a stream, it's because something actually came up that's like time sensitive or whatever. But being hot and tired and a little stressed out isn't a reason to not sit and do my job. But yeah, so I don't know, be kind. You never know what people are dealing with, even if just dumb horse foot. It's gonna be on my mind a little bit for the next few days here, because it's kind of in that weird in between of like, all right, at any moment this infection could spread to the point where it's vet necessary, which I got no problem with. I'm not about to pay someone a couple $100 to come out here and tell me it's an abscess. I'm like, I know. But if it's something that I can't fix, then I need someone out here, obviously. But yeah, want to share that with y'all because, I don't know, I think it's important to share when stuff's going on, even if it's just horse feet stuff, you know? also that like it's okay. I guess it's hard to, when you're like judge, jury, and executioner of your own life, which is everyone. Everyone has all these responsibilities. I'm just glad it's not a living human. It's just at the end of the day, it's just a horse. I know it sounds cruel, but like to all y'all that have children, oh my god, you're doing just fine. But yes, horse is gonna be fine, and if not, I'll deal with that then. But today we are working on a mummy and a cultist. So yeah. Hey Steamworks, welcome in. This was super fun working on this little Faye yesterday. She is a cutie patootie for sure. We made that little lantern from scratch during happy hour. Speaking of, we'll have, again, normal stream today. I just want to kind of share with y'all what was on my mind. If you got work for me to review, make sure you DM me and we will deal with that during happy hour. And again, I might be a little less chatty just because I'm a little tired and a little stressed. But nothing too serious. Just letting you guys know if you think something's a little off. That's because it is a little off, but that's okay. So yeah, that is everything. I think we're ready just to get started. What do you guys think? We got 2 polls in here. I'll tell you the results. We got what ritual are they performing? Which is a bit of flavor text. I figured I'll use it to be inspired by how I'm gonna do the base. And you guys picked branding a new follower, which is what I figured you guys would pick. And then for what item or item is the focus, what weapon or item is the focus, we have Cursed Staff just barely in the lead, and then followed by a Scarab Totem, which is also going to be like, I'm going to make it to a staff. So yes, if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. That's in our Discord under Peasant Poll Week. And I believe I got one more poll for you guys, maybe. No, I think that might be it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Alright, welcome to the Tavern Keeper's Craft. We got a mummy and a cultist we are sculpting today. I still haven't decided which one I'm going to start with. Probably the cultist. Let's do that. Now let's talk about what this request looks like and some more details. Hello, art fam. Alright, so this is the request. It's from Thanic. Again, everything I sculpt here is to be 3D printed. They're minis, they're awesome, and they are from patrons. And then I take that request and share it with everyone. Win-win. Alright, how about some modern generic cultists and masks, kind of like in World of Horror. I'm not going to make them super modern, because I feel like cults be looking like cults across all kinds of time frames. But yeah, this is the game. These are kind of what the masks look like. This is my favorite mask that I saw from the game. So yeah, we're gonna do kind of a combination of this and this. Let's get to it. You guys can see why I was like, we'll do 2 models today, because this is just a guy in a robe. I don't think it's gonna take too long. We'll find out. Alrighty, so we're gonna start with the male base mesh here. There he is. And then there's a lot of stuff we're not gonna need. Like, we're not gonna need eyebrows. We'll keep the eyes. Let's make them pure black, just for fun flavor text. And then as far as stuff in my asset library that I'm gonna grab from, I don't think I really need anything. I'm gonna make this mask from scratch. Yeah. Because it's kind of a straightforward model, we're gonna make it all from scratch. Alright, let's get started here. I'm gonna kind of change up my scene and my lighting, looks a bit nicer. And then I would like to bring in a base, but this time we're just gonna bring in the simple base without any decorations on it, and then I'll change that up. Empress says, I'm vibing, I had such a busy morning. Same. Alright, let's get this base going. Again, my day is definitely better for streaming, even though it was a stressful morning, you know? Like, there's something about, I don't know, buckle up, get to work kind of thing. Like, you just keep on going with your day. It feels nice. Do you have a base ZPR? I don't. I just kind of have a folder with a bunch of them. Here's one piece. And then again, I'm not sure how I'm going to have branding a new follower fit into the base. Maybe I'll put like some sort of emblem on their chest. Maybe I'll make it kind of reminiscent of the Poing coin. We'll see. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just put him off to the side here. And now let's get started on this cloak and hood. So we don't need him to be this high res or this buff, that's the point. I'm gonna delete these higher subdivs, I'm just not gonna need them. And the first thing we're gonna do is create this cloak. I think I'm gonna make the sleeves separate from the main part of it. I'll show you guys how I do that. First thing I'm gonna do is just kind of mask a little shirt. Here we go. I'm gonna fine tune it using mask pen, and I want this to cover a lot of his body right from the get-go, but leaving a lot of room for his gigantic arms. Alrighty, once you kind of mask your little shirt shape, come over to extract, of course at 0 thickness. Inflate just a touch, and then we're gonna Z-remesh to clean up this topology. Yeah, Steamwork says, yeah, if the hardest part of the day is done, there's no way but up. Exactly. Exactly. Because there's nothing worse than seeing that your animal is hurt and not feeling good. But at least I've taken care of him what I can right now. He's been doctored, he's been wrapped up. So even if he's worse later today, at least it's not a surprise. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm going into, I'm armed, so that feels good. Yeah, I like that. Thank you, Steamworks. I'm that kind of person that's really good under pressure and making decisions, and I'm like, oh, no problem, handling stuff. And then afterwards, kind of where like the dread sets in, where I'm like, am I being negligent? Which I've found that people that are anxious or stressed or whatever word you want to use for it about being negligent or not doing enough are never the people that need to worry about not doing enough. Like, it's always my students that are like, oh, rude, or it's your weekend, I don't feel like I gotta respond. Those are always the people that are so polite, and I'm like, you are the last person that needs to worry about being rude. You're good. I don't know, I have a hard time applying that logic to myself. It's like, okay, I was that kid where when the teacher was like, as long as you did your best, and I would like lose my shit over that because I take the word best very literally, like, your best. Like, so I have to figure out what good enough means. And that has been a lifetime struggle. Whatever, we're making progress. Yeah. Who's hurt? Oh, my horse has another abscess. He was 3-legged lame this morning, which is, yeah. He was fine last night, but again, he's been doctored up. I got his foot all wrapped up, got a big old padded boot on it, stuffed with an Epsom salt poultice and stuff. Anyway, he's good. He can actually put some weight on it now, which is good. That means that it's not a tendon or a ligament torn, because unless it's a magical boot I put on there, it's got to be an abscess. But anyway, I mentioned that first thing off in the stream, but not a big deal. Also not my first rodeo. Literally. All right, giving him his cute little robes here. We're gonna Z-remesh by same. It got a little low res, so I'm actually gonna subdivide once first and then Z-remesh by same. If John's here, that probably confused. Oh yeah, John is here. That probably confused you. So when I had it like this and I Z-remesh by same, I was like it's getting like too low poly. See how big these are? Like, this looks nice, this bottom part, but the top part's kind of becoming a problem. So I'm gonna subdivide once and then Z-remesh by same. Yeah, 3%. Oh, that's good at least. Yeah, it's a very buff priest. Again, he's been covered in so much clothing by the time that we're done. I think it'll be fine. There we go. All right, also I'm gonna need to kind of scoot his legs together a little bit because he is so buff that his quads are sticking out of his ropes. You know, just beefcake problems. All right, come here. We're gonna kind of give him a little bit of a thigh gap so I can rig him later. All right. And then this would probably be a fun time to mess with fabric sim. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my dynamics panel over here. Just gonna click on that. Oh, it went in the opposite direction I wanted. That's a-okay. Just lingual. This is for Spartan. Thank you. That actually does probably cover the vet wrap I used this morning anyway. It's very sweet of you. Thank you. We'll get some little hearts, some little bit of love in here. If y'all are having a stressful day and you made the best decision that you could, or good enough decision, good job. Sometimes it's all you can do. Alright, we need some collision volume here. Less inflate. Yeah. I love that Reaper gave Justlingual some poing for the tip. Thank you so much, Justlingual. And he immediately gambles all of it. I love to see it. You know what? I want to be part of this heist. I don't even care if I win anything. Do I have any poing? I want to be part of it. Hey, I got in. Good. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and run simulation. Yeah, I like using the transpose cloth gizmo because I have a little bit more control. Oh, and I also forgot, I like to have dynamic turned on so I actually get some nice fabric folds. There we go. Kind of pull up here. That's kind of, ooh, that's kind of weird. That's looking more like a mummy. Look at those hips. They do not lie. Yeah, Reaper said, I'm trying to find the energy to work on my stuff. Sometimes I just literally, I sit down at the desk. I grab my pen. I just think of one action at a time. I really break it down. So if you're nowhere near a pencil or like your art tablet or whatever, I would just take a step towards it, and that could be your step one. I also have these cloth move brushes that I can use. Did I win? I won. I won a heist for once, guys. I literally never win these heists. It's the little things. I'll take it. Alright, I'm gonna recalculate the... There we go. There we go. Alright, I'm happy with these robes. I'm gonna kind of scoot them over here. Oh, look at those gigantic calves he's got. Good lord. Gonna scoot this around. And again, the reason why this is actually kind of looking cool is because I am using a cloth move brush, not just a normal move. So it's actually running simulations. That's why like it's see like how it's like grabbing his legs and stuff? It won't do that with a normal move brush. So yeah. Hello, Cretilli art. Or yes, duh. Oh, bro has breeding hips. Oh my god. Reaper says, sorry, tomorrow. Sorry, yesterday. My brain is not working. Maybe you should take a day off. You know the advice I gave you earlier? I would just throw that unsolicited advice away. And maybe just take a day off. God, I really appreciate you guys being extra funny today. I need that. Again, that's partly why I'm like, I can stream. Just because I had a stressful morning. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that I can't do my job. Even though I mentioned, streaming is not my job. Making models is. So if I'm going to sit and do models anyway, I might as well stream. Alright, that's looking good. We are not showing off the breeding hips. What an Cortella, you haven't been here in a bit. So to come in and have that comment be your first thing, not hi, not hi, how's it been going, hello, good morning, afternoon. No, bro has breeding hips. That's crazy. But fortunately, that's exactly the kind of energy that I needed this morning. So thanks. Good job. Good peasant. Okay, we're not going to worry about what's going on down there. And we're going to add some sleeves. Alright, to do that, we are going to mask his arms and extract. There we are. Alright, I do not want to have the gizmo, that's the cloth simulation right now. We just want to grab this bottom part and whoosh. There we go. Reaper said, streaming is a hobby. She does not have to grace us with her presence, so it should feel like a blessing. Is that how it's coming across when I say that? I that is not what I mean, but that's exactly what I mean. I've already hit my exercise goals today because I had to bust ass this morning. Thanks. Critelli says, sorry, that's just how I enter rooms. Real or virtual. That's bold. I like that. I could stand to be a little more like that, a little more bold. Oh, what is going on with this? That's like super not helpful. Okay, let's try this again. Critelli says, I'm working on my own stuff too. No time for typing fluff. Only serious comments. What you working on, if you don't mind letting us know before you get back to it? Alright, this is going really well. I'm gonna zero mesh by same. One more time, because we've got some weird funkiness going on right here. That's better. Alright, dynamic is enabled. We're gonna calculate some collisions so I can simulate some fabric. I'm just gonna click and kind of wiggle to kind of get some fun stuff happening here. And I'll kind of pinch this right here. I just think it's kind of looking cool. I like doing cloth sim practice on stuff that doesn't have to be super pretty, you know? It's just a nice little ugly little something. Critelli is painting a model for a contest and working on photos for an Etsy shop I'm launching sometime soonish. Very exciting. You're more than welcome to share your Etsy shop in our self-promo, and then of course we also would just love to see whatever you're painting when you got time to take pictures of it. Yeah. John says, Mia, does dynamic need to be on to run simulations? Short answer, no. Long answer, yes. Just turn them on. I love this. This is a little bit of dialogue from Reaper's comic they're writing. Don't be an ass. If I receive one more complaint about your behavior, I'm going to give you low pay graveyard shifts for a month. Nah, you like me too much. I'm running on 3 coffees and spite. Don't tempt me. See, that's... I could be either one of those people this morning, and I decided to be the kinder one. Gotta just stomach the spite. Yeah, I agree. Just lingual to Critelli. Approved. Very poing. Much gulb. Alright, time to make this hood. So for this, we kind of just mask his head. I'm actually going to avoid his ears, otherwise it does this like weird topology nonsense. And I do want this to join up in front. Oh, we still had his arms painted. That would be a ridiculous looking hood. Okay, there we go. There we go. I want it to be pretty long, so there we go. I know it looks really silly because it's not covering his ears. We're getting to that. There we go. Extract, accept. Oh, I guess I didn't do it just right. There we go. Zero mesh by same, and we're just about done here. Oops. Perfect. And then I think it'd look better if the hood, there we go, was like on top of the cloak here. And then a good amount of time the stream is me making the mask. All right. There we are. Now let's fix the hood. I'm gonna mask the back half of this. That way it doesn't move around. I'm trying to reshape it. There we go. Perfect. That's looking a bit better, isn't it? Anything you put on a character's head, whether it's a helmet or a mask or even a hood, just know it's more sensitive than you might think, and just go into it knowing you need to be a little more patient. Those black eyes are giving me the heebie-jeebies. Very good. That's what they're supposed to do. Heebs are jeebed. Yeah, he's looking culty. What do you think? You do some sort of creepy ritual. It does help to turn on transparency so you can actually see, like, okay, what is going on here? This is the back of his head. So the cloth is not going to go like that, right? It's going to grab this back point of his head and, you know, gravity's going to happen. So it's going to go pretty much straight down. There we go. Is it better to do the hood cloth as by hand as opposed to doing simulation as well? Oh, that's up to you. I'm just doing it by hand because I wanted to. I guess I didn't want it to just fall completely. I wanted it a little bit more fluffed up. It just depends what shape you want. You have to know what you want to answer that question. It's Seder. Damn YouTube. Let me guess, the stream didn't auto start. You missed my stressful retelling of this morning and me stressing out over my horse with another abscess, and he's having a hard morning. Therefore, I had a hard morning. Oh yeah, I get you. Maybe like a rope belt to break up the monotony. I get you. I think that would look good too. Oh my gosh. Seder says, don't mind me though. I'm just munching on some zucchini bread. Zook bread. The good kind without chocolate chips. Just because you hate flavor. Jokes. Alright, I want something a bit darker. There we go. And then I really like that Reaper had an idea to kind of break this up a bit. I would like that. Though, I kind of like it the way it is too. Maybe I won't. I know it's kind of odd, but I kind of like that this is going to be just like Cloak Man. Empress says the Seder, did you break into my apartment? I literally baked a loaf last night before bed. Am I the only person that's zucchini breadless? It's okay, I have banana bread with chocolate chips. Thank you. Alright, that's good. Good enough. Looks like he's floating right now. Oh, I need some ideas for the base. Y'all said that they are branding a new follower, and so I don't know what that would look like. Alright, making some pretty quick progress here today. Which I'm glad, because we're going to get through... What are you doing? You see this? It won't select this brush. It just keeps going back to move. Okay. How about I restore my custom config? Haha, now it works. Anyway, what are you doing? There we go. ZBrush is having a meltdown. We can't both have a meltdown today. Just one of us. Thank you. There we go. That way I can taste something besides chocolate. You're putting way too many chocolate chips in your banana bread then. Alright, his hood looks tiny. Let's go ahead and move topological and let's move this around. Proceeds to make the hood even smaller. There we go. Alright, we need to make this creepy mask. It's time. I'm gonna grab a cylinder here. I'm going to initialize it so that way it doesn't look so dumb. There we go. And we're going to make a mask. I think I'm just gonna make it single-sided for now. There we go. Oh, we are gonna have ropes on this, so you know what? Reaper is correct. There's gonna be even more ropes then. Okay. There we go. No one has to see his face anymore. I am gonna make him ghostly white, just because that's fun. Alrighty, we're gonna make this kind of, we'll go with like a yellowy color. Alright, we're gonna move this off his face a little bit. We'll worry about how it actually fits to his features later. Alright. If you were missing what we're working on today, I have the details in our Discord, and you can see kind of what these look like. But I actually have a new fancy little app thing here. Anyway, so you actually can see like what mask I'm referencing. There we go. So this is the mask I'm going to try to recreate. Where can I put this so it's not in the way? There we go. Empress. Anyway. Okay. How can I model this? How do I do things? I need more edge loops so I have resolution to do anything. Neat. And then there's a giant hole in its face. Dynamic. It's kind of an odd shape here. So I'm going to add a little bit of thickness to this, so that way it actually exists. And then we'll subdivide a few times, I think. The problem is that it's not very smooth. I think I goofed this up. Let's start with more resolution just from the get-go. That's gonna make, there we go. I was like, I worked too low poly. It happened. Reaper says, how do they see? It's fashion, darling. You don't need to see. They just need to see you. All right, let's kind of get the rough shape here. I think it's bluish. I'm undecided. All right, let's put a bevel on the edge of this. That's not working the way I wanted it to, but I don't care. That's fine. Yeah, that's probably fine. Empress says, wait, me, you gotta doll up the face before we hide it. Okay, Empress asked and Empress shall receive. Okay. We're gonna do a real quick beauty makeup here. Real classic. We're gonna go real red with the lips here. Real heavy with the blush. There we go. And what is it? Blue eyeshadow, right? This is just a clown. Alright, how are we feeling about this? Oh, I gotta give him like those really skinny little eyebrows then. That's just, this is just literally a clown. Hello monkey, welcome in. Alrighty, it's time to get these like ropes and stuff working. And so the way that we're gonna do this is by using a Boolean operation, which I really don't do very often. So that's kind of fun. Booleans is pretty much how you add or subtract mesh. Oh, you can see his face still. Damn it, Empress. This was a mistake. Anyway, so essentially you go up to render Booleans, live Boolean, and then all of these little tiny, and they are tiny, shapes right here will affect those Boolean operations. I want to subtract. So there we go. Empress caused a problem. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course you're going to be able to see it. Critelli says, between that and the hips, I see wife material. Oh my gosh, I needed a good laugh today. You guys are great. All right, we're gonna move this over. That's spooky, I like that. And then last but not least, we will complete the Boolean operation, and you do that by going to Boolean, make Boolean mesh. Now, does that create a Boolean mesh? Wow, I did the entire model. That's really annoying. Let's do it again. Wow, that's a mess. Stop. Anyway, there we go. You can only show what you want to have the operation happen to. Make Boolean mesh, and it does put it as a new tool. So there it goes. Just in case you're like, hey, like I did the operation, nothing happened. It did, it just puts it up here. All right, so now you gotta append it again, delete the things that you used to create it. I know, it's a little clunky. And there you go. We'll go ahead and smooth that a touch. Hey, it's Aloha. Bad Aloha. No. No. You know what? You're just going straight into timeout. That cannot be the first thing you say on stream. You're a moderator. Be an example. Empress, Aloha has been summoned. Aloha has been banished immediately. Okay, so we are going to... I thought you said you were reformed. We're gonna bend the mask to the face a little bit. God, I can't... I'm trying to like stifle the laugh. Alrighty. I'm gonna bend this mask a little bit and then add these really cool ropes and stuff. Alright. Paint says, what just happened? Nothing just happened. Okay, so we are now adding ropes to the face. And here, okay, an actual cool art thing for those of y'all that are here to actually learn something. I have a curve brush. You can tell because it has this little menu up here and they're cool. Like this is also a curve brush. It says it's curved. Okay, when you click and drag, it does like this little dotted line thing. It's very neat. All right, so I have the rope brush here. When you use your curve brush, if you want to wrap around something, all you have to do is hold down shift. So click and drag, do not lift your pen, shift. It's a curve brush, so it works when it wants to. So you might need to do it a couple times, just be patient. Isn't that cool? Saves you a hell of a lot of time versus trying to do all that manually, you know? All right, let's get a cool color scheme going on here. I'll go with like these really orangey ropes. Yeah, Aloha, you're right. And do not call the mask hole themed. God. You know what really hurts my feelings is that there were multiple masks I could pick from, and this is the one that was like, oh, that's spooky, that's cool. And now I'm like, okay. Anyway, we're gonna add a bunch of these. So whenever that little dotted line pops up and you're like, I can't get rid of that dotted line, you just click anywhere on your model. Again, don't click here, don't click here, don't click on him. Click somewhere on your mesh and it will get rid of that thing. All right. Me thinks that it's not the first time Aloha is going to get banned today. I ban my mods more than literally anyone else on the stream. That's maybe reflective of my choices of the mods I picked. All right, we are going to kind of create like this little bit of like excess. Cause see, well, I can do two things. One, I can move these ropes together so they actually touch, or I can kind of create the little tie marks. Maybe I'll do both. All right, that looks cool. How'd you get the loop thing again? Yes, you hold down shift. So you click and drag and then hold shift. It's very important that the order is exactly that. Click, drag, shift, then lift your pen. Click, drag, shift, lift pen. Yeah. Hello, I said, well, I didn't realize the special treatment of others get. Mia read out the wife-bearing hips thing. Wife-bearing hips? Wife material? Glory hole. That's insane. That's not honey. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna create the little like tie marks. I'm gonna go picker and change it from continuous C to 1C so I can actually move this dumb thing around. I don't even know if I want to have these on there. I don't know. I feel like it makes sense that you could see how the rope was tied on. I don't want it to look just cluttered though. Yeah, having just a couple of them is kind of cool. Kind of spooky. This is where someone's like, is that gonna 3D print? Yes. Yes, it is. There we are. I dislike that I put them side by side. They kind of look like weird eyes now. Do the ropes show up on the back side of the mask as well? Yes, they go all the way around. Isn't that cool? It's a really powerful little technique. You could always just do it by hand, I guess, and lock start, but no one wants to do that. There we are. And last but not least, we're going to add some wear and tear. John says, Mia, can you edit the ropes? Do you just select them again? Every time I try, it makes a new rope. You must make the correct rope the first time. Once that dotted line is gone, you have committed to that rope. You're committed now. You have to make a new rope if you want a different rope. This is just so unnecessarily spooky. I love it. All right, we need to, it did not occur to me that you're gonna be able to see the face, obviously. What am I supposed to do with his face, y'all? Maybe I can make it look really scary? Okay, first of all, I have to fix this paint. Second of all, maybe, I like paint where it's like, just like that, like a spooky, that's cool. Yeah, that's better. And then maybe I can just like move his mouth up. I did not plan for this. I completely forgot you would see a mouth through here. There we go. Kind of give him like a, I don't know. You have to be ugly through this. Oh, like a cute little smile. Aw. I like it. We're gonna do that. Character. Bro has nicer teeth than me. Okay, come here. There, I'm gonna mess up these teeth. That's better. I like it. Teeth or tear away to bone. Oh, I like that idea too, but it's too much work to make this like tear away thing on something that's gonna be this big on the model. John, I was hoping you would make this joke. John says, commit, but what if it's not the right rope for me? What if it doesn't share my goals and dreams? That sounds like that's a question above my pay grade. Anyway, we're gonna move this out of the way and we're gonna decimate this. Oh, the ropes are attached to hooks that go into his face. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's more of a therapy question. Thanks. You know, you're in luck. I'm sure the lovely satyr would want to help you. That's definitely not a conflict of interest at all. I guess not. Not really. I'm joking. Alright, how does this look without paint? Pretty cool. Alright, we need more wear and tear. We need more ropes. Like, a lot more ropes. I'm going to duplicate this. Delete dynamic nonsense. And I just have this here purely so I can tie a bunch of ropes to it. I'm going to delete it later. I want these to be skinnier. Stop. Okay, yeah, so John, see the dotted line? So I can adjust it, I can change the size of it by increasing my draw size. But once I click and the line is gone, it's just gonna make a new rope after that. The jokes were really funny, but I was like, oh wait, I should make sure I'm actually teaching you too, because you are paying for that. I know these are really small and spindly, but I just gotta stop it. I'm just not a chunky rope kind of model. So if I become a cultist, do I also get that slim waist? You betcha. They don't eat real good. Just letting you know. You don't get this figure on accident. There are sacrifices that need to be made. Why are you not doing the thing, ZBrush? See, sometimes a curve brush is like, fuck you. And I'm like, okay, I understand there's a hole in the mesh, but can't you at least like go up to it? It's like, no. Serious question though, how would you make the loop straight around the waist? You're gonna laugh, John, because you're gonna be like, oh, okay. That wasn't a stupid question, but you're gonna get a stupid answer. If you want it to be straight, you click and drag in a straight line. That's it. I know, John's gonna be like, oh, okay. How do you keep in mind scale? I've had a problem with forgetting about it and add too much detail for the Scale Up Princess, especially for minis. Something that I like to do, that I forgot that I like to do, and Lo reminded me I like to do, is... Step 1, grab a mini. Step 2, stick the mini onto your screen. Step 3, zoom out until the mini is the same size as your real life mini. And then hold it up. Now look at it. Can you still see the details? Can you still see the rope? Can you still, that's actually a little too small. Then you're good. And if you still can't figure it out, when in doubt, just go to your contrast slider and just like jack that up. There you go. Good question. Also, the cheap answer is I've done it 1,000 times. That's why I can do it. John says, Mia, I just backed into the bushes like Homer Simpson. I knew you'd be like, wait, I need to ban Alo again? What did they do? You ban him. You're also a mod. I'm actually going to keep that horizontal belt because it looks good. So good job, John. You affected the model in a good way. We are spinning. We can't ban each other. Oh, that's really bad information to know. I can make one of you guys a super mod, I'm pretty sure. Because there's like standard moderators and then like other moderators. Just gonna leave you guys with that information. We're gonna continuous Z, so I don't have to fix this later. Cool. And then I do want a knot to be on this little dude, so I think I can use a curve brush on this. Yeah, see, it's like curveception. Put a curve on that curve. It's probably because I'm like still stressed about my horse and like him just limping and looking extremely uncomfortable in the pasture, but everything feels very funny to me right now. Maybe that's just like how that's my coping. That's my response. Oh my god. Can we add the ropes that go around the neck like in the photo? Oh, I didn't see that at all. Yes. Good job, Paint. Someone give Paint poing for noticing something that I should have noticed because it's like my job. Thanks, Paint. He's kind of cute. Okay, curve brush, you can handle this neck. Stop it. And I was being serious. Someone give them some point. Thank you, thank you. Oh, sweet. A couple mods did it at the same time, so you're getting spoiled. That's fine. I was not going to add that, and that's so freaking cool. Thank you. We're doing the things. Alright, I don't think I want to make a custom base. Okay. We're going to grab a base that I've already made. Spooky Master. How spooky? It's not spooky at all. What is happening? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it is spooky. Oh, this is the rose eyeball thing. Yeah, I like that. Neat. Well, this is where we started, and here is where we are. So I think we're making some good things happen. Yeah. Duke says, I feel that. I did 9 years in the Navy, so laughing at inappropriate things is definitely my trauma coping mechanism. Twins. Cortelli says, do not take this guy's Airbnb experience tour. It's just him asking to drain your blood for an hour. Cortelli is on fire today. Oh my god. Thank you for gracing us with your presence and humor. That sounds really sarcastic, but I mean it quite literally. This is simple, and it really looks good. He needs more layers, though. So, I'm going to duplicate the hood, because I just think he's a little boring. I'm going to cut the hood off. I'm going to keep, nope, that was the opposite I wanted. I'm going to keep this section here. Polish by features, Z-remesh by half. I'm just cleaning up the topology so it's a little less jank. And then I'm gonna start, like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Paint. Like, I don't know what that's even from, if it's from anything. But I'm like, I'm kind of making a pattern here on accident. It looks good. Anyway, I'm gonna take this piece here. Gonna make it a little lighter than the rest of the cloak. And I'm just gonna start, like, moving it around and making, like, a little sash or a little something. Because he just needs something. Little strips of fabric. He's just a little boring, you know? Here we go. Cool thing happening. Yeah, can they have a sash with a group of items like daggers? A ritual dagger, you say? One person voted for that. Were you the one person who voted for ritual dagger? Excuse me. And yeah, I agree. I think that'd look good. It's a Skaven symbol from Warhammer. Rat noises, screaming. Beautiful. Alright, let's get some weapons. I think just one blade would look best, actually. A single fancy ritual dagger. I should really remake my weapons. I know I can do better than this. Today is not that day. All right. Where'd it go? Nice. I don't think this is as modern as like I was hoping for, but I made the mask, so. Vanek has been pretty cool with all the requests I've done for him so far. So I think this is good. I've literally never had a patron complain from a model that I've made them by request, which is great, but I'm still gonna do my best, you know? Hey, Maniac's back. Hello, hello. Maniac says, maybe they worship a god for hugging, and the cultists keep the ropes where they hug themselves. That was more wholesome than I expected. Emperor says, Mia, I know you don't do replications. However, my friends are into Genshin/Star Rail, and I would like to make a model. Any tips for setting a style in the future, of course? Yeah, it's pretty much like shape, language, and color. You see like what are like repeating details and what are like the building blocks of that style. Does that make sense? Like, if you look at like Studio Ghibli, they have a very certain way that they do eyes and a much more simplistic approach to, again, simplistic. It's like heavily detailed and intentional simplicity. Kind of a conundrum there, but you get my point. Bones on the sash and staff. I will not do bones. When you put bones on something, it's like, bam, now it's tribal. And I want this to be tribal. Yeah, I agree. The ritual dagger vote was Satyr. Yeah, I agree. It's gonna actually give me an opportunity to do something with the posing. Yeah, I'm so... Same brain. Yeah. I agree. This is looking really good. Simple and effective. Okay, we're not gonna have the flowers with eyeballs on the base. I know they're cool, but... No. There we go. No wholesomeness intended, just a play on words. No, definitely wholesome. Big hug. Aloha says, looks like we need a stream of all hard surface weapon creation for the asset library. Now I want to ban you for a different reason. Meanwhile, Paint is just like putting like Skaven memes in. I like it. Alright, I'm going to use my Move Topological brush to give him some, like, gnarly nails. Not claws, just like, ew, are you not gonna cut those? Kinda crooked. Kinda pointy. That one has a hook on it. I only did it on one side, no symmetry. Like, these are definitely fungal infection nails. If your nails look like this, go to a doctor. Why are there two bodies? Oh, I did that earlier. It was me. That's why. I'm gonna paint his nails orange just for the sake that it matches the model. How nice. This is looking pretty good. We're gonna add some tertiary details, just a little bit of wear and tear. First, I need to actually make sure this exists. Add some thickness to this model. Don't mind the weird foot at the bottom. I'm not looking at it. I don't want to hear about it. Looks good. It's just gonna go into the base and we're not gonna worry about it. Alright, the sleeves are a little trickier. That's fine. That's about as thin as I'd want to go. I'm not certain about that. That's okay. I can deal with that. That's gonna be a later Mia problem if it ends up breaking. Alright. Adding some wear and tear here. Not just blanketing the entire model, somewhat intentionally putting it in places. Art. I am signed out of my own YouTube account. What is happening? Is the stream still happening? I don't know. Okay, I'm logging back in. Not me being like hacked in real time. Looking good. I don't like what color these are. There we go. Sweet. And we're going to add some material to these as well. Nice. These especially, I don't care if they're messy. They just need to exist. Nice. Cult of the Hollow. Cult of the Hello. I'm glad that we're naming the cult. See, I knew better, Aloha. I saw you said serious question, and I was like, no, I almost read that, but I didn't. Haha. You did not get me. You did not get me. And I'm actually just gonna yeet you. You're gonna go away for 5 minutes. Goodbye. I'm so proud of myself for not reading that, because again, I saw the serious question, and like, you can watch me. I literally go, I'm like, I'm gonna respond to that. I'm like, no, I'm not reading that loud. Ha. 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 Just Lingual says, Aloha, a weapon stream does sound good, honestly. You know, in that case, you're banned for that too. Double banned. You know, I'd probably have fun. I'd probably have fun doing that stream. I do like my job. If anyone's like, why don't you want to stream doing weapons? I just don't do a lot of hard surface. That's all. And I don't like doing dedicated asset creation. I usually create it, like each piece I make is for a specific model. I don't just like bulk make weapons. But I definitely could benefit from doing that. So, all right, we are going to simulate the hood a little bit because the fabric folds they look crappy compared to the rest of them that were simulated. All right, recalculate. Just Lingual says, me a serious question. Insert Aloha's question. You're going to become, instead of the Just Lingual Scion, the thrice dead, you're going to become the fourth dead real quick here. All right, what am I doing? There we go. Turn on dynamics, so that way it's actually resolution for deformations to happen. Yeah, see, we're gonna just make this a little crinkly. Ew, I don't like the way that it's grabbing the mask. Ew, that's cool. Curtelli says, the hard surface in ZBrush is a mystery to me. I don't get the Z-Mauler brush at all. Oh man, I have to do that stream. Okay, I'm gonna do that stream. And I'll label it accordingly when I do it, and you guys can watch it. I have done a lot of hard surface on stream before, but like, it's such a cool tool, and like, no, I want you to know how to use it. I do. Aloha's gonna come back and immediately be like, see? Sounds like it'd be valuable. Right now I'm just making sure the mask actually touches their face. All right, let's simulate a little. Nope, see? The gravity is way too strong. That's why we're gonna go back to the gizmo. There we go. Me being shocked that Aloha was in Discord. Wow, what an awesome idea, guys. Having Mia do a whole stream of hard surface creation sounds great. Who would have thought? This model's turning out really nice. Alright, we need to add thickness to this so that it exists. Oh look, it's exploding. Stop. Stop it. Alright, so whenever it's like this and looks really jacked up and it has no business being that messed up, usually you can just take your smooth brush and you can clean it up a little bit by hand. See, it's looking better. You can also do polish by groups, and that's gonna help as well, but it's gonna get rid of some of that delicious like fabric fold detail that you like just simulated. Make sure your min connected points is to 1 when you're smoothing this out, and that will help. And again, I'm not, like I'm smoothing the mesh, but I'm smoothing a preview of the mesh because I am in dynamic. That's why it's kind of behaving a bit strangely. I'm trying to get rid of this. Stop it. How about I mask just that one section and polish by groups? You guys see this poly that's like ripping through the whole mesh? Stop being bad. I'm gonna name this polygon Aloha. Oh, I got rid of it. Alright, I've applied to mesh. It is now real. It's looking good. I like it. I am so proud seeing all of my students in here talking about loving the Z brush. It makes me feel like I'm doing a good job teaching you guys. Because that is definitely a brush that a lot of people despise in ZBrush, and I'm like, why? I know I did until I learned how to use it at all, and it's actually really fun. This turned out pretty damn cool. I like it. Let's get this pose ready, shall we? I really wish you could bind this in Character Creator as is, but it just hates that, unfortunately. All right, we're gonna rename this sleeve. Ooh, yeah, Maniac has some really good points here about anime like sculpting and mentioning, keep in mind that some of these video games rely on shading to get the anime look correct. I'd research anime figures on those that don't use shading as a free resource. Yes, also I have a Pinterest board specifically for trying to solve that problem. I'm gonna share it with y'all right now. And like you can study this the way I've studied it, and it will help bridge that gap. Sorry, I didn't realize that you were asking about like anime style sculpting. I just thought you meant like a style. Anyway, but like here's kind of what they're talking about. That's using shaders, but that's why it's like kind of like following in like it's shiny. But this actually is modeled really well, and you could do that. I only have a couple pins on here. This one is definitely worth studying at length. This will show you what these planes actually look like and how to translate it into 3D. I love this. Again, that's actually done like in real life, not digital. That's done extremely well and will really kind of help bridge that gap for you. Okay, how do I share a board? That looks like a share button. Copy link. So yeah, Empress and anyone else that wants to grab that, check it out. That's just what I've put together so far. I like more of this kind of stylized sculpting where it's using a lot of those principles, but it takes it a little more semi-realistic. But yeah. Good stuff. All right, we're going to decimate. Refer to Aloha. Silence, you're supposed to be banned. Aloha. Don't want to talk to my friends. Friends. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, Empress. I get you. Either way, that will still be a helpful tool. All of the tools. Ah, I see. All right, making sure that I'm naming everything correctly. Oh, those are his eyeballs. I'm like, what are these orbs? Okay, I'm gonna delete those. He does not need eyes. All right. Body, sleeves. We need to have 2 sleeves because they will not bind to the same bone. And if they do, it's gonna rig like shit. I'm gonna call this a sash. Spooky master, that's just the base. What is this? Oh, the actual cloak. Dress, I don't know what to call this. Oh, thank you, paint. That's actually probably smart to put there too. There's the mask, there's the dagger. Yeah, looking good. Let's drop this to a low resolution. This was a really good little quick sculpt. Why are we so high res? What? Stop it. We have like so few pieces. What could possibly be driving up the poly count? Oh, I didn't drop the resolution on this, did I? I don't love that this is still 73,000 points. I made a mistake somewhere along the way. Oops, that's okay. All right, it still should not have been over 1 million points. Oh, the dagger is 100,000 points. That's hysterical. No, you were 10. Just Lingual says red clay is my favorite. Like the sculpting material, the default sculpting material in ZBrush, you're gonna give me a hard tack, or is that red wax? That's better. Oh, and the mask. That makes sense. Look at this cute little smile. Aw. Okay, I was able to do that a little too easily. Okay, I can't like sharpen that. Oh, I should really deepen that fold on his face. So on a real note, like make the expressions that you sculpt. By me doing that, I noticed I'm like, oh wait, that nasolabial fold is way deeper. Yeah, I will do that. Okay. Just gonna deepen that up. I have an alpha on this brush right now, so it's not behaving the way it normally would, and I am not fixing it. What are you doing? Do not crash. Ah! What the fuck? Okay, no, it's not in my head. I am funny today. Okay. I don't know why that happened. We were able to undo it, so we're fine. Thank you, Aloha. My honest reaction to getting banned. I doubt that, but yeah. I'm so glad everyone saw that. That made my whole day better. Topology snobs are cringe. Also Mia. Damn, these are fighting words today, Aloha. Oh my god. No, it could not have become something improved. There was no... Do not gaslight me into thinking I could make this work, okay? Just Lingual was trying to duel me. And I'm feeling spicy, so sure. I'm gonna lose this duel. It's okay. Oh, I'm too poor. It's okay. What's new? Actually, I shouldn't say that. We've hit an all-time high in our savings, which is very exciting. Alright, what am I doing? Duplicate, move. Yep. We're gonna do a spooky little render for y'all. John says it does look cool, low-key. Look at all of these artists thinking art things. Ah, his armpit isn't covered. I'm just gonna paint it black. There. Aloha says, a spiraling face hole to match the hole in the mask. Very Junji vibes to me. I don't know who that is, but if we're talking about the guy from Naruto, yeah. How am I still too poor? That's okay. That hurt my feelings twice, so. Critelli Art says, that looks like a final sculpt people post for feedback and r/ZBrush. Oh, cool. That's way cooler. Wow, that's cool. Gross. Anyway, yeah, and they'll be like, what's wrong? Why does my program keep crashing? Or, I actually don't mind that as much as those assholes that post stuff on ZBrush, like r/ZBrush, that's like God quality, and they're like, it's my first sculpt. I always downvote the hell out of them because I'm just like, you're being a snob. And like, a lot of them maybe it's like, well, it's my first finished sculpt. I'm like, why would you say that? Like, I don't care if it's your first or your 100th or whatever. Like, people that say stuff like that, beware. They're assholes. Triggered. I guess it's very like little kiddish to like say like, this is my first model and then like brag about it when it's like outrageously good because you have like an education and a background in art. And people be like, how is this your first model? I'm like, oh, well, I've been traditionally sculpting for 400 years. And I'm like, that's what I thought. Like, I don't know. It's just obnoxious. It's very obnoxious. It reminds me like when you ask like a little kid how old they are and they say they're 7.5. They don't say they're 7. Like, I'm 7.5. You know what I mean? Same energy. Yeah, quick sculpts that take 20 hours. Exactly. Oh my god. Anyway, let's give a little zoom in. Again, the models today are more chill, so we get to do 2 today. I'm gonna cut his arm off so that way he'll fit. Man, this hood is not fitting. I'm not gonna fix it. We're gonna paint it black. Oop, that's the opposite of black. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, let's get a render on here. Let's see if radial overlay is my favorite when it works, and if it doesn't, I'll try ambient occlusion. Yeah, it's spooky. It's really dark, but it was good for an hour. Hey, it's Ella. Hello, hello. I get you. Duke says, quick question. I'm not noticing that you save very often unless I'm missing it. Do you have a crashing issue often with ZBrush? Yes, and yes. It crashes. It's actually not that bad. It usually crashes like once a session when I stream. That's because there's more of a load on my computer. It actually hasn't done it in quite some time. It seems to only crash when I'm afraid. I don't save often manually, and that's a problem. So instead, I quick save every 3 minutes, and that's auto-programmed into the software, which ironically frequently causes my crashes, because if it's quick saving and I try to do stuff, it will crash. Good question. Good question. Sato said she's low-key terrible at saving. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, I love this. Yeah, Empress. My first ever sculpt is this studio ready and highly optimized mesh that's rig ready and being considered for use in a studio pipeline. Literally. Feedback welcome, please be gentle. Yeah, I fucking hate that stuff. I really do. It's because it's just dishonest. It's just totally dishonest. And don't get me wrong, like, I have had students that are very gifted and learn very quickly. Yeah. Curtelli says 2022 is terrible about crashing. I finally had enough and upgrade, and mysteriously it's better. Conspiracy? Maybe I'm more sane now. Oh, interesting. But no, this is a super good time. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love just making goofy characters. Oh, I appreciate just single. Yeah, saying you're 7.5 years old is cringe. That's why I keep it simple and say the most accurate number 26.3315068. Is that so? Is that down to like a millisecond? Oh wow, Curtelli mentioned it was crashing every single time I deleted a subtool. In that case, you probably just need a fresh reinstall, and having the newer version probably, does that inherently. Wow, that's wild. I mean, get good. Why are you deleting subtools? Alright, we're going to take a screenshot of this hot mess. Spooky mess. And I gotta keep this ridiculous, whatever that is, error that happened. Alright, it is screenshot time. Smile. Gorgeous. Ella says, I'm so many millennia old now, I just round to the nearest 100. I love that. I love its sassy energy, its powerful energy. I'm here for it. Oh my god, this is great, yeah. Hey baby artist, this is my first goal. Please, please be gentle and kind and feed my ego. Yeah, 100%. Compliment fishing. I'm telling y'all, I had the worst morning. Super stressful, sad, and it makes my day so much better. Thank you. This is awesome. I don't take this community for granted for a second. Maybe every other second, but not this specific second. Alright, I need to make another model. Alright, I need to delete this because the last time I uploaded this for Ricky, I confused him to death. He was like, what is happening here? Alright, here we go. Simple little guy, ready to go. Nice. Whatever emoji you put in Paint managed to get you your message hidden. I don't even know what it is. I'm going to show it so everyone else can see it. What is that? Beautiful. This font works. It did not work. I had to show it manually. You were in fact muted. Alright, we're only an hour and a half into the stream. Alright. Usually at the end of Tavern Keeper's Craft, it's time to go on break. But I think it's time to do another Tavern Keeper's Craft. Give me a break, guys. I'm just 516 months old. Oh, I dig that. Amazing. Okay. I can do this. I can work on another model. We're fine. Okay. We're gonna restart. I'm gonna jump into happy hour and then jump back. Happy hour. Oh, it did not reset. Okay. We're gonna reset it manually like a peasant. How do I restart this? Can I just hide it and make it come back? Ah, it works. Neat. Alright, we restarted. It is time for another Tavern Keeper's Craft, which means another Patreon request that we bring to life. I'm gonna jump back to my beginning ZPR. Yes, Tavern Keeper's Craft, Part 2. Alright, so here's what we're doing now. We got another request. It's a twofer today. From Restless Adventure. This patron literally never gives me a straightforward request. They always give me like a short story or like an interesting line for me to interpret. And in the beginning, their request kind of stressed me out because I was worried I'd give them something they don't like. And they've just been so cool. They're like, I just want to see what you'll make. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So again, they've been supporting my art for a couple years now. And here's another iconic one from Restless Adventurer. Another bit of prose for you to artfully convert, please. I do be an artist. Quote, fearfully thin brown figures, black toga too. Each bore a black staff. The brown was of 3 sorts: aged linen mummy banding, brittle parchment-like skin stretched tight over naught but skeleton, and naked old brown bones themselves. Neat. It's a mummy. So we're gonna make a mummy. And there is a little reference, little stretchy skin. Let's go. You know what? I should just grab this and put it on the screen. I feel like that's been cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Little pin. We'll have some little friends up here, and that's why people that just jump into the stream can see what the heck I'm doing. Crazy. There we go. Although it says Mia, having a couple simpler requests gathered up for a dual model stream is awesome, by the way. I'm not sure how if it's viable going forward, but it's highly enjoyable. Oh, I'm glad that you guys like this. This is totally doable. I have a bunch of simple requests I can pair up together and do streams like this in the future. I'm glad you guys like it. Neato. I'm also realizing that I can just modify the sculpt we just made to create this new sculpt. Let's do it. So even better, not only are we going to make 2 models today, we are going to do a little bit of modification goodness. All right, so we don't need the ropes. I like the toga. That's cool. Ooh, yeah. Okay, this is totally gonna work. First off, we don't want the spooky base, so this is more of like a mummy. So we want something that's rocky, desert, dry, right? So let me look at my master bases I have. And something on here says rock. Rock crystal master, rock grass dirt, rock swirl. I don't remember what any of these look like. Rock and grass. Sweet, that's exactly the one I wanted. Nice. Ooh, do not transpose. Thank you. All right, let's poly paint this real quick. Then go to black, click on fill object with RGB intensity to 100. Next, go with a sandy orange color, not so green. There we go. Hide that. Next, a bluish, way lighter, bluish color. And then last but not least, the grass. And I'm actually gonna do like a dryish looking yellow. Nice. Now we got some color. And I'm gonna simulate a new cloth, probably. I'm thinking. And he needs a staff. I'm gonna give him this staff with a, what is this? I think it's called an ankh. Ankh. Actually, no, we're gonna just go with this rock. Rock. I was gonna say stick. My brain said that so confidently. All right, there we go. Let's swap that out and start building this together. It's really fun for me to transform existing models into something new, because you guys can start to see like how I'm seeing my models and the way that I piece them together. He is not going to have a hood, and that means you guys get to see his cute smile. We are going to fix that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this and kind of pull it over on the model because it totally looks more toga-esque. Oh, I like it. Should Mia do more dual model streams when possible? Yes, love it. Don't mind. No, fuck off. And there's no in between. I'm going to say yes because I'm down for it. So yeah, feel free to vote right now. Reaper says, Me thinks you should name your stuff better. I can't just call it a mummy. It's SEO friendly. John says, Mia, I love the double sculpt too. I love seeing your approach and thought process. Oh, well, thanks. I love your comment. Her naming conventions are not how I do things either, but usually works for her. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Where is this coming from? You guys, I can't name this like Desert Overlord of the Salt, okay? No one's gonna fucking search that. It's a mummy. It's gonna be a mummy. You understand? It needs to be something that someone will actually search and find. Duke says, I'm not in the Discord, but I vote yes. If you want to be in the Discord, you can get it. What is this? Voldemort with Riz. We give you an invite, Duke, if you want to hang out. You are cordially invited to the Discord. Critelli. No. Just Single says, Mia, even though you don't want children, do you have ideas of what you might name a child? Would you name them like how you name your files? Hysterical question, and weirdly, I do have an answer for this. I've always liked the name Rachel, like a lot. Yeah. And then I don't think I would produce a boy. I don't know why. I just feel strongly about that. Madame, that is what keywords are for. Again, you got this is rich coming from the people. Natalie in the background is going off. I can feel it as well. Y'all have never had to upload to my Mini Factory or Cultist 3D. Those keywords don't do shit. Natalie actually did a little experiment for me and like reported back to me. She's like, I literally just like titled something, put a bunch of keywords, and it did not affect its search results at all. At all. And it's like, well, that's a website issue. I know, but it's not my job. It's not my job. Child_1, child_2. Oh my lord. You guys are gonna... This is almost worse than the Green Lantern nonsense from yesterday, which was also annoying. Desert Lord of the Virulent, I don't know what that word means, Salt, or whatever it was amazing though. Thank you. I am creative. I just... No. There we go. Natalie's like, you gotta play the game even if the game is stupid. It's true. Alright, I need this to work. We're gonna just cut this off. I really should have just made this correctly from scratch again, but I didn't. And then just in case anyone gets cute and it's like, isn't that the same robe as earlier? I'll be like, you did not notice that. Thanks. Okay, I need to fix this face. Okay, I mean, there is some true charm here. Am I crazy? Like, aw. Alright. We're gonna mirror and weld to fix his face. Ooh, they did not fix it the way I thought it was going to. Alright. We are not going to fight this problem. We're gonna name this a mummy because you guys are annoying. I actually am gonna name it something different just because I already have a mummy. But anyway. And then we need him to be skinnier and with more bone and stuff. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of sculpting anyhow on the face. Okay. I would enjoy making his limbs a little lankier. There we go. There's some spook. It kind of reminds me of a bone claw a little bit right now. Okay, this is what I'm going to name it. Natalie has come in clutch here. She says, Desiccated Bone Lord of the Eternal Desert Sands. Mummy. I like it. This is true. You can name stuff on Patreon whatever you want. This is very true. Soon, no one's going to know what MMOs are called because I got a cool... I can't talk about my website now without Lo making fun of me. Aloha, I need you to know that I complained about you over dinner. I was talking to Ricky and I'm like, did you see that comment from Aloha? And he was like, which one? And I'm like, the one where he's like, oh, I wonder what's going to be finished first. The website, raising the price of mentorship, or whatever it was, or the fall of Aloha. And Ricky was just cracking up. I was not. My food was overly salty because of you. Would it be good to tuck in the waist and make him more skeletally thin, or show the ribcage a little? Yes and yes. But we're fixing this issue right now first. All right, I need to make this a little more symmetrical and then mirror and weld. Okay, why is your mouth like that? I do think it'd be cool if his eyes were closed. None of my models have closed eyes. Like literally none. Maybe I just like a squint. Not mad about it. Just looks like he has to sneeze. That's not cool and or interesting. I do kind of want his nose to be reminiscent of like a skull, so I don't mind if it's, yeah, kind of. That's cool. All right, we've made some cool improvements here. Tuck this up. He does not need this super intense neck. Dude definitely lifts right now. I do think having some like larger earlobes would be cool. Current look. Hey, I don't want to hear any hate on Brock. Okay, that will not be tolerated. His face is beautiful as it was. Sager says, Mia, okay, real question, because I was only half paying attention. How dare. How do you name things for uploading on those things? What? How do you have to name things for uploading on those things? Oh, I just named the same thing. I just like generic name, like again, like mummy or like, yeah, I won't call it boulder. I'll call it rock. You know what I mean? Like just boring. Natalie, if human anatomy has no haters, I'm dead. Okay, Natalie, you're the second person that has shown up for the first time in a while. It's also Curtelli. And just like hysterical. You guys just come in and just like super funny. It's like you guys charge up and then come in, you're hysterical, and then you disappear for a while. And then you come back and you're super funny. We are blessed to have both of y'all here. Okay, this chin right now is outrageous. Oops. There we go. All right. That actually worked quite well. Neat. All right, time to make him more skinny. So there is that. He would not have much of a pec because wasting away. Same with these ridiculous. I have gigantic lat muscles on every model. It just, I don't know, just something that happens. I need to crush that away. And then I'm moving in volumes where the muscles are without destroying the bone structure underneath. So like the elbow, I'm not gonna move the elbow, but I will dip in right here and pretty much destroy his tricep. Same thing with his bicep. See? Skinny. Not too skinny because then you won't print. All right, we need to fix this box body. All right, so here is where the abdominal muscles start. This is also the edge of the rib cage, so we don't want to push that in. That's not possible. But we can bring all this in. There we go. Let's move his armpit over because he does still have one of those. And then the hip bone will also stick out. So I'm going to use my standard brush to pull that up. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, but there just needs to be effort. That's not bad advice for my day-to-day life. Neat. And then something to do with a clavicle. Nope, that's wrong thing. Not this. Shoulder blade. Neat. That's too low. No. There it is. And then Critelli made a comment for this earlier, and in honor of Natalie being here, we're gonna do a quick little BBL. Don't worry about it, just because you guys are fun. Perfect, not gonna fix it. Oh wow, we're gonna fix it a little bit. All right, very good. Not my best butt. But just for being silly, and it takes literally no time, and y'all are freaks. Very good. That brought Aloha life. Aloha, does that buy good behavior for a stream? Oh man, you guys are chatting? I like it. It takes 1 to 2 business months for the social batteries to recharge. I get you. Oh my gosh. I finally been playing D&D again. So the DM got sick, and then the weekend after, I can't remember why, but I was just like, I do not have a single iota of social in me at all. And I realize now I could have just gone and not talked as much. So yeah, I missed the session, and I was sad. So I didn't have D&D for 2 weeks. But we played again last Saturday, and it was awesome. Yes, it absolutely reminds me of Withers. The goat. Oh my god, I'm just making Withers. I didn't think about that. Speaking of, I really need to like... Oh, that's an eyeball. Ah. That's actually really wholesome. Natalie quoted me. Not my best butt. Ma'am, every butt is best butt. It's actually very sweet. Oh, very good. Aloha says, Mia, congratulations. You've successfully purchased a single reformed ticket of good behavior. Very good. I will spend that on a different day. I'm actually fine with your bullshit today. Will not complain about you over dinner today. It feels illegal to reuse this same toga or thing from earlier, but it doesn't even look recognizable. I don't know, it feels illegal. We're gonna add a fabric fold right here. Nice. And then this is the cool thing when it comes to sculpting really skinny bodies, when you want to add detail to them. Oh, why does his mouth open when I subdivide? Ah. Okay, I need to fix that first. But anyway, you can add fabric fold like sculpts to their skin, and it gives that emaciated approach. Yeah, he low-key did look, there were some Vecna vibes happening for sure. This was legit my feeling this morning, seeing my horse three-legged lame, hobbling around, not weight bearing on a leg this morning. Why? I watched him for way too long, being like, maybe his foot's asleep. It was not, in fact, asleep. Alright, anyway, fabric folds on skin. Makes them look skinny. So again, you want a high intensity and then real skinny. And it just gives that effect. You go really heavy-handed with it at first, and then you can kind of like reduce it later on. Again, no mumbling. More. I'm gonna just put a lot because I don't really know where I want these details right now. And I don't mind if he's a little creepy looking. It's like a little facelift. Okay, his chin is so overly defined. I don't think there would really be anything right here. It's Ella. Oh my god, no, Spartan, is he okay? No, actually, but he's gonna be fine. At this exact moment, no, but he was babied this morning. If you ask him, he is dying. He has already died. He is not a very tough horse, but he's very sweet. Which isn't the worst thing. It's kind of nice if your animals are super, like, obvious when they're hurt. I've definitely had animals that are, like, really screwed up and acting like they're fine. And I'm like, ooh, I don't love that either. So we'll take a little bit of the drama. really heavy-handed here, just letting it be easy. We're not going to take the simple sculpt and make it a 3-day project. If you're like, who are you saying this for? I know, I'm saying it for me. Give him these really little funny forehead wrinkles and then smooth out the sides. Paint in all caps. Why does he have cake? You looked away. Oh my god, Reaper and Aloha in sync, saying it's because I fed my horse grass clippings. Oh my gosh, you guys are too deep in the lore. I'm so glad, Ella, you specified Zuko as your dog, so Aloha could be like, it's my husband. He looks like he's covered in latex, which honestly, I'm not mad about it. That's about what I was wanting it to look like. See this reference? I do like the defensiveness though. If I'm not going to be defensive, it's your turn. And I'm not going to fix it actually. I'm going to just about leave it like this. I might give like some skin texture as far as pores go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Also, this is going to paint beautifully. The real ones know. We are going to layer up a little bit though. Ella, I'm covered in latex right now. Oh, I missed Ella comments. Okay, we are going to add some surface noise here though. On a real note. This is not me fixing it. I refuse to fix anything. Not today. We are fixless. Aloha, stop. Now I have to move the screen. Ooh, it kind of looks like he's covered. Oh, that's right. He's supposed to be kind of like parchment wrapped too. Oh, I need to do that. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this, delete lower, and then I'm going to go with curve strap snap, and we're going to make some wrappings. Using the same trick as earlier. I'm just going to do a bunch of them. Don't look stupid. Excuse you. There we go. I'm really doing this too uniform still. Come on, Mia. Make a mess. Ooh, where is that going? I'll worry about it later. Ooh, this makes him so much more interesting. Cool. Aloha. Mia, scroll down. What? That's true, I didn't detail his butt at all. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna... Nope. Alright, so we're gonna take... I'm just creating the subtool here, so that's going to be just the wrappings, but I forgot to polygroup beforehand. So I have to spend 10 seconds fixing it, and I hated it. There we go. Very good. Alright, I do like this. a lot. It's quite cool. We're gonna inflate all of it just a little bit, and then he's moved topological and kind of just like mess it up a little bit. It already looks pretty damn good, but more problems. Neat. I do think some poly paint on his face would be cool. Ooh, that's the opposite of poly paint. Although I was gonna screenshot that so fast. Alright, nope. Too dark. A little dark. This probably would be a good model to use color spray with. So let's go ahead and do that. Just don't get so purple. I don't know why it gets so purpley. There we go. That's actually a really good color. Neato. Wow, this is doing a really good job. Good job, color spray. The way I'm coloring this makes it look like the staff is either made of human skin or something else confusing, which is not wrong. I mean, that's pretty similar to the prompt. Cool. I like it. Oh, paint's gone. I think that might be paint's first ban. The way I say that, like it's baby's first steps. How low can I make this without it being scandalous? Okay. Thank you, Empress. Well, that came together super quick. That was fun. We made 2 models today. I'll take it. And we're almost at the 2-hour mark. Not bad. I am going to bump up the contrast on his skin on a real note. Like, this will hold paint. But if you're like me and really like heavy-handed with the primer, I need this to be better. So go over to the contrast slider and just... Ooh, I might want to subdivide first. Anyway, here's before, here's after. Natalie, have you seen this? It's like morph targets, but on a slider. It's talent in a slider. It's my favorite thing ever. I learned this from Ray. Speaking of, where the hell is Ray? I miss Ray. We are Rayless. Well, I feel like I kind of nailed it. His face needs some help. There we go. Where are some cheekbones? Wait, did I misunderstand the request? I thought it was 5 models on one base because of the reference. Oh no, that would be extra. I now have a ticket for that. I charge people extra for requests that are a pain in the ass. I mean extra cool. Speaking of, I would have never made those tickets if my mods didn't bring it up to me. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, are people going to pay for that? And they were like, it doesn't matter if it's a lot of work. And I'm like, oh, okay, you're right. And turns out people do in fact pay for that. The poly count is just the body. The poly, it's at 1.17 million, and that's just the body. But it doesn't have to be. When everything's on the lowest subdiv, it's pretty darn low. Oh yeah, the slider. So it's under deformation, I think. Let me show you. Because you know the morph target thing where you smooth and then you can bump that up, organic details. So check this out. See how it's like scratchy? I want more scratchy. Go to contrast and just slide. And it just increases the scratch. See? So it's the morph target thing, but like really powerful. And I think easier to use because you can combine it with mask by cavity to get some really cool results too. But see? Obviously make sure you have enough resolution, but pretty nifty. Look at the Discord. They banned me because I was right. Yeah. What is happening? What's happening? If I want to watch Avatar, the TV series. Where do I begin? From the beginning. Beautiful. Christ. Does that make the topology super messy? I mean, no more than morph targets would. It's not like, it's just like you're sculpting. It's gonna be the same amount of deformation that is. Oh, look how fancy. Here, I need to make an isolated example because here, we're gonna go to the top of his head, which I apparently have not touched literally at all. So let's say you do some little fabric folds, except you mumble while you do them, and you do it super light like this. And you're like, oh man, I wish those were actually visible. You can mask just that one area, go to your contrast slider, and then bam, it will just make it more dramatic. That's it. It doesn't destroy the topology or anything. It just makes them visible. Again, it's literally morph targets with fewer steps. I'm glad I noticed that there's nothing on his head. I was like, no. There we go. There we go. Fancy man. Gonna add a little bit of wear and tear here as well. Scribble, scribble. That is the official technique. Nice. And then I'm gonna use move and backface mask a little bit to bring this into the body really carefully. You can really run into problems when you use move and backface mask after you've applied a noise like that. So either do it in a better order or just be more careful. Ew. Wrinkly head. I like the fingers of death look here. It's about what I wanted this model to look like. Gonna move these fabric folds up a touch, add some more. Again, if you want a thin fabric folds. Thick fabric folds. Kind of creating these pipe folds right now, just by using my standard brush. And I'm sculpting this on top of something that I simulated, so it did some of the work for me, and I was able to continue those shapes up. See how it looks like? This is what it was before, and I'm like, we need more. Yeah. Hey, Toto's here. Hello, hello. Who's this spooky dude? Just a cutie? No, not spooky, just spooky. We are making a cultist and a mummy today. I have the details in the Discord right here, so you can actually kind of see like what the requests were and then what we made from them. So yeah, we'll do a little review here. This was the request for this one. Again, someone's black toga, fearfully thin. Little reference. And then the other one that we finished, we did 2 today, was a cultist. Pretty simple. But I worked on one of the masks from this video game that they were inspired by. And then Aloha got banned like 6 times, so. Aloha, more duo streams. I can do that. All right, looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and merge visible so we can get some beauty in here. God, it says neat. Yeah, what are you working on? You're always working on something cool. I'm starting to think about lunch. It's getting to be about that time. That was a terrible render. Wow. F-, ZBrush. F-. What if I move the lighting? Will you do a better job? I gave you more light too. No, I don't like it. We're gonna go to, or maybe it just forgot that I had radial overlay selected. because there's nothing radial about this. Toda says, I am working on work. Very good. Work away. That looks much better. Nice. That hip is looking suspiciously round. I'm gonna need to move that toga up a little bit. Monkey just ate lunch. What did you have for lunch? I need inspiration. I had a salad. I don't want a salad. Thanks though. Alright, screenshot time. And that one was really quick because yeah, a lot of it was already done. Boop. Yeah. Alright, so we did tool model today. This is the first model. Why can't I just scroll through Discord? Sad. Alright, this is the first one we did. And the second one, the friends. You can see why I did them on the same day. It's pretty much the same model. Satyr the Ancient will never not make me laugh. That is hysterical. Ooh, Empress said, Mia, I know YouTube isn't like your thing, but I do have an idea that can work for stream. Not as extreme as low as Art Deco pieces. Tell me more. If you're shy about it, DM me. If not, maybe don't tell me actually in the YouTube chat because I don't want to miss it. If you have time, can you put it here? I'd like to see that. Ooh, a burrito bowl sounds good. I don't think I have stuff I don't have any tortillas. I know you guys aren't giving me ideas of what to eat, but that's how I'm taking this. Alright, we are going to decimate, get this ready for Character Creator 4. Toda says, something unexpected happened yesterday. I bet you'll never guess. You made friends with a squirrel. You tripped. You lost a shoe. Get these named. Toga. Wraps. Ooh, a ramen burrito salad. Yeah, the peasants have spoken. I don't know if he needs, I need to keep his eyeballs. Yeah, Character Creator 4 has been awesome. I still pose my creatures by hand. I think it turns out better, but for anything that's humanoid, yeah. Well, you're kind of close. Making a friend. Oh, good. That's awesome. John, I tried a little testing last night to no success. How is it not working for you? Did you have subdivision levels? You can't do like literally anything through Master with subdivision levels other than sculpt. It's trickier than I thought it would be. No. It's Decimation Master, pre-process current, decimate current. Or my favorite, just pick a number you want down here. I'm usually around 200,000 points. You can click on this button, 250,000 points, and it will work. You must have everything visible. You can't like hide part of your mesh and decimate. You can't have subdivision levels. That's it. That's it. Also, you're supposed to be making potions right now. Toda says, I'll give you one more guess. Okay, you're making a friend. Okay, maybe not like an art friend, like one that you are creating, or one that like a real person. You are sculpting a friend. Yes. You actually don't have to click pre-process current. I know that's silly. I just click the button and brute force it, and it works every single time. I just click 200,000 points and then the custom button, and it works. When I tried, it got really lumpy. How low res are you trying to go? All right, all low, hide this. How are we looking? 300,000 points because I didn't move one of these. Oh yeah, this is literally already. It's so high falling. Oh, I did a dumb with this one. It's okay. Toda says I posted in general. Oh, do we have Toda art? Oh my goodness, the best kind of friend. Meet our first foster Ollie. Oh my goodness. It's adorable. He is so cute. Is he just like crashed out on his pee pad? That's adorable. I love that. Every single toe bean is pink. Little black nose. Oh my god. Is this going to be a foster fail right from the get-go? He said our first foster. Like, again, so usually fostering, like, you give them back at some point. It's for someone to adopt. That's looking like a foster fail to me. Just saying. Which is the best kind of fail, to be clear. So this is our first foster, Ollie. She is a husky blue heeler Aussie cattle dog, mix born on June 1st. Blue heelers are such a pain in the ass, and they're the best dogs. I think the mix with the husky is a really cool combo. She's already quite the handful, yeah, but I hope we can raise her well enough and foster her to a loving home. We have never fostered before, so we're hoping all goes well. Oh yeah, that sounds like a foster fail. He's gonna be your baby. But I hope it's not too, because I think it's awesome that people, you know, like you, like getting these dogs acclimated and loved on and adopted. That is fantastic. Oh, just singles dogs also named Ollie. It's adorable. Also, on the off chance someone's like, why do you keep saying foster fail? That's when you foster a dog, but then you love it so much, you don't put it back up for adoption and you just keep it. That's a foster fail. It's not really a fail. That's adorable, just single. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to fix this toga thing. I know it's all weird on the bottom. It's not a big deal. We are gonna decimate this down just a touch. Not too much, because this absolutely doesn't need to bend very much. Toda says, my mother says the same. She thinks it's going to be a foster fail. I was like low-key waiting for you to comment again, because I was like, I hope that didn't come across as super rude. And I hope like you, I don't know, I feel like foster fail is like a common phrase, but in case it wasn't, I was like, but yes, we adopted her yesterday. That's amazing. I'm super, super happy to hear that. Way cooler than a human friend. 10 out of 10. Everybody liked that. All right, that's looking good enough. Amazing. And I'll let Ricky know that we don't need to go ham with the pose here. Just something spooky. Keep his legs together so that I don't have to resculpt this thing. There we go. Tara said, oh no, I totally understand. I could tell. I'm glad. The 20-second delay, I was like... All right, we've got 2 models pose ready today. I love it. Amazing. There's Monkey. Hey, I'm a totally normal human friend. Yes, you are. And Raper mentions, yes, humans don't give unconditional snuggles. Girl, I barely give conditional snuggles. I am so not touchy at all. Ricky cries in the corner. No, it's okay. Ricky gets love. All right, we're gonna do a little recap here. So it's only Tuesday, but we've made some cool stuff this week. So we got this guy pose ready and created. We got our cultist done. And if you missed yesterday, we made the cutest little like fae child. This was inspired from Otaka, and she has butterfly wings on her head instead of antlers. I can never decide how to spell fae, so I can never look it up again. Apparently it was with an E yesterday. Isn't she cute? Like, ah, my god, that was a fun model yesterday. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun poses with that. Our idea is that this lantern is full of like little lightning bugs and stuff. Very cute. And then what else? That was just from this week, though I did finish getting the Rose Knight put together. He's all posed and stuff, but here is the unposed version because it has color. That was a lot of fun. He came out clean. I need to redo those weapons. But yes, he came out clean. I'm giving you guys a bit of an update right now because I might go to... There might be no happy hour today. I know. Please don't revolt. I know you guys are going to like throw an absolute fit. But I'll stream again tomorrow and it'll be fine. I need to eat. And this was a lot of fun. But, yeah. It is released on Monday. God, he is so fun. Yum. This pivot point being off into space is actually working to my advantage for once. I never like the pivot point being over here. I'm finding that way funnier than I should. Oh, goodness. That's a good point, Aloha. That is so true. I'll stream again tomorrow. Bold assumption. No, I will, because on Thursday, this Thursday, I'm volunteering at the same camp that I volunteered at last Thursday, working with kiddos and children. Oh, that's right. I was going to review Paint's work. Paint, honestly, most of my review for you is to keep going and don't be afraid to push your silhouette a little more. Like, your armor is kind of like getting the shrink wrap effect a little bit. Get those pauldrons up and off his shoulder a little bit, kind of like what you're doing here with those knee pads, which are getting a little bubbly. Get a little point on there to match. I like what you have happening here a lot, and the breastplate. For your first ever project, I'm pretty proud of you. Good job. Small notes for tools. Sorry for the pig. No, you're good. I'm glad you're grabbing tools that you like. Paint. I joke. No, I know. I know. Hand wave. But on a real note, I did want to give you a little bit of feedback there. I'm excited for this Thursday then again though. Again, I don't like children very much, but I had a really good time and everyone was just super, super sweet. I was a little nervous about it because at this camp, all of the kids have some sort of disability, whether it's mental or physical, and you don't really know like what each of them is comfortable with and capable of. So you just like really take your time and you're sweet with all of them. And again, I'm super, super grateful that I've gotten stronger. Again, small flex update. I've gotten so much stronger because there was a kid who, again, he was physically disabled. I think it's muscular dystrophy. So we got his wheelchair up there, and then he had a guy with him, and I was like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna lift him up onto the horse." And the guy was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Have you done this before?" He's like, "No, it's just my first day," and I'm like, "Okay." So it was tricky to figure out like how am I gonna lift up this kid? Like, I don't want to hurt him. And no, it was fine. So I had a moment though where I'm like, I don't know if I can lift up this kid. He was so cool though. Like when we got him on the horse, he kind of freaked out a little bit because it's scary. And he was like, okay, let's go really slow, really slow. So we walk him around one lap. And by the end of that one lap, I thought he's going to be like totally over it when he get off the horse. And he was like, okay, can we go a little bit faster? It was just like, oh my God, it was so sweet. It was just the sweetest thing. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Excited to do it again Thursday. Ooh, okay, a little back on topic here. Empress says, so Mia, I know Lois mentioned wanting to see more tab of originals, which every mod you make, of course, is original, from Mia by Mia. We know Mia can sculpt. We know Mia can gather references. We know Mia can interpret prompts of what other people want. And what we want is Mia to do Mia based on Mia's own mind. This idea is to hopefully indulge that. The idea is to make 3 characters, plus or minus, give or take, a month, where you base them on an idea. This month, I'm turning my favorite fruits into RPG classics. Okay. A coconut berserker. You would then put together a Pinterest board for coconuts, berserker weapons, and armor designs and attempt to sculpt a model with those inspirations. Oh, I just need another Mia. That is so awesome. I'm so grateful to have such a cool community to come up with stuff like this. We're going to pin this, but we're not putting a pin in it. I wouldn't be surprised if Aloha grabs from this too, because we do once a month a big event with Aloha anyway. I'd be open to like, instead of doing one big stream, Aloha, we can do like a special Friday stream and incorporate ideas like this too. I think there's a way to have our cake and eat it too. That's awesome. And thanks for thinking of me. Like, that's really cool. And I love the idea of like taking, or like doing hybrids, like that little like animal generator. We have to like figure something out, whether it's like a bumblebee cat or whatever. Those are really cool. Sorry if it's a little long-winded. No, it's not. It's beautiful. Otaka said, see, kids aren't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It was very, very sweet. Enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, the Empress / Aloha collab sounds good. Can make it community-based too. That'd be so awesome. Maybe I'll actually be able to finish the damn model. Have Mia spin a wheel so the peasants can sculpt a coconut warrior as well as Mia. That'd be really fun. That'd be kick-ass. We love your idea. Everybody liked that. Heck yeah. Yep, John mentioned it's a great idea. Uh-oh, Empress is working her way onto the new mods list. I've already been thinking of like making like a subcommittee. Committee sounds so lame. I don't know. Like a peasant party. A peasant representatives. And you can like step down and step up as you want. But if you're like, hey, I'm feeling super creative this month, can I put some stuff together? And I can like elect you as the peasant official for that month to do stuff like this. And then you're like, okay, I'm busy again. I quit. You can quit. And then we can like swap you out with someone else. Like, I don't know. I know like Paint super creative, Empress is super creative. There's something there, I think. If it spins, it wins. I like it. Alright, we're moving on to a Giga Peasant. Exactly. It's last call time. Awesome, awesome. Well, we are officially in last call. It was a short stream, but it was a sweet one. Thank you guys. Yeah, a mod roundtable. I like that too. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Definitely made my day better. I'm getting a little anxious to go. Like, he's gonna look just as bad as this morning. I don't know what I'm expecting, but I'm gonna go out there and feel bad about it. No, I'm gonna check on him, and I'm gonna have healthy expectations that there's no way he can go from three-legged lame to better in a few hours, which is outrageous because he got bad that fast. No, we are having healthy expectations, and it's okay. All right. A nice and short stream, yes. Is a turkey leg a fruit? It can be for this one special event. Alright, y'all. You take care. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow, barring an emergency vet visit. And, yeah. I'll be around. Bye.